I still spent the money on them, so that makes me an idiot. But hey there, cubbies. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Krista, and I love doing all things Sims related. Usually in my intros, I put a little fun fact. So today it's going to be that the average male actually gets tired or bored of a shopping trip after about 26 minutes into the shopping trip. So not even 30 minutes in, and our men are like, can we go home? When y'all know well that it's gonna be another hour at least, if not more. Today's video is actually going to be a little bit different. Today I am going to be telling you which packs out of all of the Sims 4 packs I think are the absolute worst and why. Because I've been seeing a lot of people rating the packs, which I think is great, you know, because it gives other people a good idea of which ones are actually worth the money and which ones are not. And I thought, well, I don't want to do exactly what everyone else is doing. So I'm just going to talk about the absolute worst of the worst. And we are all going to talk about it together, even though it's just my opinion and no one else's. But basically, the reason I want to do this is because I feel like not everyone can afford to be a completionist like I am. I have all the packs, and it was not cheap, but I waited for a lot of sales. But I feel like not everyone can have all the packs. So you really need to give everyone a good idea of which packs are really worth it and which packs really aren't, and why those packs really aren't worth the money. You know, like if you can't afford it, they're really not worth getting. So I decided I needed to pick at least one or two out of each category, which of course it was a lot easier for certain categories than others, let's just be real. But for the expansion packs, I decided the absolute worst, and I will tell you why, are Seasons and Get Famous. And here's why. I'll tell you why. All right, so the reason why I think Seasons is one of the worst expansion packs is because I feel like Seasons should have been base game. We should have already had a calendar. We should have already had Seasons. We should have already had Santa and Christmas or holidays or whatever, because that's what really comes with it. I'm not gonna lie, the build mode stuff is really good. So when it comes to that, yeah, it is kind of worth it, but I just feel like we should have already had all of the things that we got in Seasons in base game. So that's just my opinion. I mean, I do like Seasons. I don't like a lot of things about Seasons. It took me a long time to buy Seasons when I was doing my collection, because I knew what was going to happen was I was going to have to play with a lot of rain and a lot of snow and a lot of undesirable conditions that I don't like in real life. So why would I want them in my Sims game, right? Anyways, that being said, I do play with Seasons, obviously, but I feel like the things that we got in Seasons we should have already had. So that's just my opinion. And then the reason I say Get Famous for the other one is because as much as I like Get Famous and I like the actor career and I like the fact that you can become famous and be a celebrity, I think that's cool, it kind of bothers my regular gameplay. When I'm trying to just play a game and I don't want to be famous, but my fame bar won't leave me alone, and it's like, your fame is depleting and I really don't care because I'm just trying to play. And I don't know, it bothers me. Certain things about Get Famous bother me. The fame bar thing, that should only be if you're actively trying to get famous. I feel like you should be able, I don't know if there is a way you can turn it off, because if there is, I really want to figure it out and turn it off because it's bothering me. But besides that, the build buy items are really good, not gonna lie. You can build a really nice castle with them. So, but at the same time, the create a sim items I was really disappointed with. I liked some of the hairstyles, I liked some of the clothes, and then some of them I just thought no one would ever wear in any situation. But this is all completely my opinion. Take it all with a grain of salt. Tell me your opinion in the comments. Tell me if there is an expansion pack that you think should have been the worst instead of the ones that I chose, because I am interested in everybody else's opinion as well. And then when it came to game packs, it was a little bit easier to pick the worst ones. I had to limit myself to 2 because I almost picked a lot more. But not gonna lie, I feel like obviously, you know, vampires is one of the more disliked. And I mean, it's not that I really dislike vampires. I like the fact that it gives us occult sims, and I like the fact that it gives us that fantasy in the game. The only problem I have with it is Vlad randomly showing up to my house and telling me how beautiful my neck is, because like, I know, but like, no, it just bothers me a little bit. And then the fact that like, because I actually played with like a whole family of vampires, and after going through all of this trouble to have a sim turned into a vampire and then have her get with Caleb and have vampire babies, she was outside for too long and she died. And it really bothered me. It ruined my day a little bit. So because of that, vampires makes it to this list. And the other one is obviously Journey to Batu, because why? Why did we even get this pack is my question. They say that people voted for it. I don't know who, because everybody I talked to was extremely upset when they found out about it. Even more upset when they actually got into it. And the people that were excited were disappointed by the pack. So that being said, I mean, with all the other things that we know about Journey to Batu, the fact that the world is like, you can't even build or anything there. You just go there for the small amount of gameplay that you really get. And it's just the same gameplay over and over again. From what I heard, it's nothing that fun. I haven't even played with it. I haven't done anything with it except buy the pack because I'm a completionist. I haven't used any of the items. I haven't used any of the hairstyles. I haven't used any of, well, I've used some of the build items. I can't say I haven't. There's a couple of things I've used. Just like one thing really, and it's like this thing you can put on the wall that looks cool. It's like a head. But besides that, this pack was completely useless to me. So that's just my opinion. And then stuff packs, I could obviously pick a million of them for the worst ones, but I'm just gonna go with 2. And the 2 worst ones to me would be the Moschino stuff pack, or Moschino, or Moschino, however you say it, and My First Pet. Let me tell you why. Moschino, first of all, I've never used any of the items that came with this pack. I literally only bought it to be a completionist. And my other problem is, what was this pack supposed to give us exactly? Because I'm still confused. I don't know what it gives us in gameplay because I've never even tried or figured out how to play with it. And then on top of that, I feel like you can't really even use the items in build mode, and you can't really use, I mean, like, you can use the create a sim stuff, but like, who's gonna wear some of that, right? So it's just, I don't know. I didn't care for it. I just bought it because I was like, I have to have everything, so that's it. And then the My First Pet, I really didn't want to buy at all. I avoided it. It was one of the ones that I put off till very last to purchase because I was so angry about its existence, because this should have come with cats and dogs. All of these things should have come with cats and dogs, or cats and dogs should have been an actual like pets pack, and we should have had more options, more pets. It should have been more. And it's not that I don't like cats and dogs, because let's be real, I love that pack. I wanted to buy it as soon as I started getting packs. It was one of the first ones that I wanted on my list. But My First Pet is completely ridiculous, and it should have come with cats and dogs. It should have come with some extra options, other pets besides just cats and dogs. We should have gotten something else for a pet pack, because there's so many things that they're missing. We don't have, well, we do have rodents now because of the My First Pet pack. But I mean, how many of us really want rodents? And then on top of that, the fish aren't really, I mean, let's just say none of my Sims have ever had a great time with their pet fish, right? And then there are so many other pets that I want in the game. Like, I want to be able to have like a crazy pet or like a horse or something cool. And they don't give us these options in the game, and it's really upsetting to me. Now, all of this is completely my opinion. I'm not even going to complain about the free packs because they were free. And as much as I think that the Ghoulish guitar is a little silly, I actually like the holiday free pack because I kind of like the items that come with it. I use it in my builds whenever I'm doing Christmassy stuff, so I can't really complain there. But as far as like all the packs as a whole goes, if I was gonna pick the one to be like the absolute worst of the worst, I would obviously say Journey to Batuu, because why did we even get this pack? I don't know. But that's just my opinion. I'll be honest with you guys, I wasn't excited about the Parenthood pack because I'm not excited about playing as a parent in the game. That's just my personal thing. And then for the, what's the other one? The toddler stuff pack, or the kids stuff, I think that, yeah, there's a kids room and a toddler stuff. Both of these, two opposite, like two different, they're not opposite, but two different packs, and they really should have been just one pack. Like, there should have just been one thing for them. It just, they made me mad too, but I wasn't really going to complain about them because the objects that we get aren't that bad. So that's the reason I'm not really complaining. Obviously, I'm going to complain about my first pet because, like, it's the stupidest pack, and if you try to play with it, your hamster runs away and, like, sends you postcards. So that's just me. But I mean, at the end of the day, I still play The Sims 4. I still love the game. I still play with these packs. I mean, obviously, I don't play with all of them, but, like, I have them, you know? I still spent the money on them, so that makes me an idiot. But on top of that, I figure not everybody can be an absolute completionist, and if you want to know the absolute worst of the worst packs, I'm glad that you stayed with me all of this time to figure it out, because those are the ones that definitely make my list. Let me know in the comments what your worst of the worst are, because I actually want to know what you guys think too. It's really interesting how everyone sees things differently. So let me know your opinion, and if you think some of my worsts are your favorites, because I want to know that too. But I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as well as hit that notification bell. That way you can be notified every time I come out with a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe and spread love, and ciao.